my world. So, mini consoles. They have been a thing for quite some time, but most of them were pretty shitty. Bad emulation, bad build quality, terrible selection of games, because they'd have so many real games and then, a bunch of made-up games for the system that were just absolutely terrible. It wasn't really until Nintendo came out with this glorious little beast here, the Nintendo Entertainment System Nintendo Classic Mini. Looks fantastic, build quality is fantastic, selection of games, fantastic. And then of course they followed that up with the Super Nintendo Classic Mini thingy. And again, great build quality, looks fantastic. And game selection was tremendous, including the never before released Star Fox 2. Other consoles have been steadily coming out now, but one of the big ones was last December when Sony released their PlayStation Classic. And it bombed. It might have sold well at the time, but I don't think many people were very happy with their purchase. The game selection was very iffy from the get-go, and then when people bought it they found out it was the slower PAL releases included, even in the NTSC versions over in America, which is just kind of baffling why they did that, nobody knows. And it just looked like they didn't put that much effort into it altogether and just were out for a quick cash grab. And it was a lot of cash. 20 games included, £99. 21 games included in the Super Nintendo Mini, and I think this was 80 when it came out. I think 60, maybe 70 for 30 games built in for the NES. So for value for money, the PlayStation with the list of games wasn't that great. So now, 7 months later, here we are in July, and I finally bought one, along with Christ knows how many people last week for Amazon Prime Day. £99 all the way down to $15.99. I always said to myself, if it drops under 20, I will probably pick one up. So I did, and here it is. So the box looks nice, at least. They put a lot of detail in that. We got all the games listed on the back. What we got? We got Battle Arena Toshiden. I'd never heard of this before, and I've had a PlayStation since 1997. Cool Borders 2. Okay, that was a good pick. I enjoyed that game. I own it physically. Destruction Derby. Well, here's the beginning of the problems in that the sequel is better. Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, lots of people like that, whatever. Grand Theft Auto. I've seen a lot of people complain about this, saying, PlayStation Classic? Nobody remembers it on PlayStation, it was PC. Well, I had it on the PlayStation, it was the only place I've ever played it. I only own it now on the PC through Steam because I got a Grand Theft Auto bundle a few years back. Never played it on there though. But again, the sequel, Grand Theft Auto 2, much better. Intelligent Cube. I remember this being on a demo disc back in the day and it bored the shit out of me. Jumping Flash. I barely heard of this one, but I think it's a good pick. I think, was it a launch title? Might have been. But it was a very early release, and it's a first-person sort of 3D platformer game. So I am quite happy with that included. It's an interesting game, one I'm wanting to play. Metal Gear Solid, of course, a huge title. Yeah, doesn't interest me. Mr. Driller. Yeah, puzzle game because people love Mr. Driller. And my phone beeped. Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey. Yeah, people like that. Again, not for me. Rayman. The original 2D platformer that's not that great. No, it's not really that particularly great. Again, the sequel, far superior, and a 3D platformer too, so yeah, that helps. Resident Evil Director's Cut. Resident Evil, yes, I can see that being on here, but again, the sequel, much better, and me personally, I love Resident Evil 3 Nemesis more. Revelations Persona. People are very into the Persona series these days, with Persona 5 mainly. So I don't think, was this one released in outside of Japan or in the UK something? I don't think it was released in one region at least, and I think it's pretty rare and expensive, so that is a nice addition at least. Ridge Racer Type 4. I've heard pretty good things about that one, to be honest. Ridge Racer was a big racing game on the system. I can understand that. Street Fighter Puzzle 2 Turbo. Why not an actual Street Fighter game? Did anybody play the puzzle game back in the day? I certainly never did. Siphon Filter. Big fan of Siphon Filter, I'm happy with that. Tekken 3 is supposed to be really good. I'm not particularly into fighting games anyway, but I can understand that. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. Why? From what I understand, pretty much this version sucks. It was good on PC, people liked it on PC, but the PlayStation version, pointless. Twisted Metal, a great series, but again, the sequel is just so far superior. It's like, why are you even on here, Twisted Metal 1? Twisted Metal 2, all day, every day, please. And then Wild Arms, it looks to be a fun RPG, I've never played it, it goes for a little bit of money these days, so happy with that. So overall, the games list, we've got some really odd picks here, as in games that, why are they on a PlayStation Classic when they shouldn't be, or games that they're okay but the sequels are far superior, and then just completely oddball choices like Intelligent Cube and Mr. Driller. Yeah, and Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, of course. So those are the games. So I've already opened this box up, and thank God I did, because there's like 3 boxes to this. There's this box, you open it up, there's a box inside, then you have to open that box up to get into the stuff. Yeah, crazy. So we'll just put that there, sorry Nez. So the first thing that came out of the box, it was actually between 2 of the boxes, is the manual, and I got a little bit giddy at this, it's weird, but the PlayStation manual, and it's replicated to look like the original PlayStation manual, with the length of it and things like that, the width, and yeah, it's very nice. I haven't opened up any of this stuff yet, I've just opened the box and took the things out. So let's just have a quick look-see. I'm not expecting anything major, but it's just nice to have. Ooh, there's even 2 things. Okay. Yep, storage, blah blah blah, how to work it, if you're an idiot and can't figure out how to plug in like 3 things. And what's this other one for? Don't know. Foreign languages, more foreign languages, whatever. Yeah, so those are just the manuals, but very nicely done to look like the original, so some time and attention was taken with this, but seemingly with everything but the games, just based on the listing and what I've heard about how they play, at least for the people in America. God's sake, got the sellotape stuck to the back, because of course. There we go, no damage done. Come on, back in your little baggie, where you shall never be looked at again, because who needs instruction manuals? Yeah, there we go, put that on there. We got our nice cable, USB-C or whatever it is, or USB-A, mini USB, whatever, it's how it powers it obviously. A little power connector there, normal USB on that side to plug it in to power it, like most of these minis have. Put that up there. Oh, chair squeaking. HDMI cable. Don't think I need to take that out, do you? You know what an HDMI cable is, but again, nice to include it. The amount of things that don't have HDMI cables in them when you need a HDMI cable blows my mind sometimes. Then we got the controllers. Sadly, it is not the DualShock controller, which is a big shame, because some games definitely benefit from them, and they were limited to what games they could put on without it. There are 2 included at least, but yeah, would have preferred DualShock, but yeah, it's the original PlayStation controller. Yeah, that's what I got with my system back in the day. So let's just compare it then with my original from back in the day. You can see it's a bit grubby and dirty. I've had it since 1997. What do you expect? Yeah, they look identical basically. Yeah, except one is much cleaner than the other. Buttons. I don't know if it's the case of the feel different, or it's just that this is so old and a bit worn down that it doesn't quite have the same. But the buttons do feel nicer on this. You know, they feel a bit soft and squidgy now on my old controllers. These feel much obviously newer and nicer. So that's nice, and they are USB as well. So I don't think you can use other controllers just yet, just basic USB ones. I think you might be able to use the 8-bit though, USB wireless receiver ones, might be able to use those, but I don't think you can just like plug in an Xbox 360 controller or whatever with it. And I don't know if you can use these in PCs, but there's always going to be workarounds. Eventually someone will figure something out, I'm sure. So let's just put the original controller over there, and we'll put that controller over there. And of course there is the second one, and lastly we have the mini system itself. Let's take it out your little baggie, my friend. Come on. Okay, there we go, there's the sellotape. Yep, it looks great, it does. You can't fault them for that at least. Like I said, they seem to put a lot of time and effort into how it looks rather than how it plays. But yeah, there it is. Look at that, mini PS1. Nice, fits in my hand. Looks great. The buttons all do something. Power, reset and open, although nothing actually opens up. Got your ports at the front there, memory card, just like the original, but of course that doesn't work. Then you've got the slots for the controller, so obviously USB, and on the back you've just got your USB power and your HDMI port, and that's all you need. So how does it look compared to the original? Here's my original, 1997, and there's the mini! Look how small it looks, it's adorable. Yeah, so looking obviously on the back, well, they've even got the parallel input-output port clipped there. Obviously it doesn't come out like on mine. Yeah, you got your where the AV out would be, you got your HDMI, where the AC in is your power cable, the serial input out, there's nothing there obviously. Yeah, everything out on the top. Yep, you've actually got power and open written on the buttons. The original did not have anything written, just little logos. Reset, yep, still the same. Sides, yeah, you got these ridges and things, and then obviously the front, yep, controller board. So it looks the part, absolutely. So that's great. And let's see just how it looks compared to the PS1, little mini console that they actually released back in the day. I picked one of these up just because my old console struggles to play, and now the little bit that holds the disc in is broken, so discs don't stay in. But yeah, it is not that much smaller, really. But yeah, it's nice that they went with the original design rather than this one. This is a little bit sleeker, obviously, but it's not as classic as the original, and this is the PlayStation Classic. So I've taken a look at it all now. There's only one thing to do, and that is to play the games. All 20 built in. So like all my other mini classic systems, I will be doing little mini reviews for every single game. Unlike the past, they're not going to be out every single day, they're going to be out every other day. So this is going out, let's see, today is Monday. Ooh, let's see, this is going to go out on Friday, which means the first mini review of Battle Arena Toshinden will be out on Sunday, and then the next one will be out on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, etc, etc, until they're all done, and then at the very end I'll do a separate video giving my overall thoughts on it after playing it. So I'm bigcal, thanks for watching. Don't forget to stay tuned every other day for my mini reviews on all of the games. I'll see you again next time.